All eyes are on the Chinese city of Tianjin hosting the 25th Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, a major two-day gathering of leaders from across Eurasia. President Xi Jinping and his wife welcomed heads of state, including Russia's Vladimir Putin and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for the official reception and family photo. For Prime Minister Modi, this is his first visit to China in over 7 years and the first since the Galwan clashes. He was formally received by President Xi, followed by significant bilateral talks. After a keenly watched bilateral meeting with President Xi, the Prime Minister of India said both leaders had a fruitful meeting and that India stressed on peace, stability and a mutually acceptable resolution of the boundary question. The two sides reviewed what they called a positive momentum in India-China relations since their last meeting in Kazan. President Xi says achieving a dragon-elephant dance is the right choice for both sides. The Prime Minister of India also held one-on-one meetings with leaders of Belarus, Tajikistan, Nepal and Egypt. Russia's President Putin also arrived in Tianjin early in the day, underscoring the strategic weight of his summit, or of this summit, taking place amid tense US-China relations and new American tariffs. The official events at the SCO summit get underway tomorrow, a platform for regional cooperation and diplomatic resets. Earlier, Xi Jinping also held bilateral meetings with Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, Armenian Prime Minister Pashinyan, and Maldivian President Moizu. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif also arrived in Tianjin city in North China to a tumultuous welcome. After the summit, Sharif will leave for Beijing to attend China's Victory Day commemorations on September 3rd. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, who is currently in Tianjin, is set to meet Russian President Putin. Ahead of the meeting, Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei termed both Iran and China as ancient civilizations, serving as the eastern and western wings of Asia. The guest list for the SCO summit includes leaders of the organization's 10 member states. Some countries that are not SCO members are not represented, including Laos, Malaysia and Vietnam. From the city of Tianjin, the venue of the SCO summit, WION Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Sidhan Sabol, talks about Chinese President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Modi's meeting.
It was a packed day here in Tianjin where the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi met with the Chinese President Xi Jinping. The focus was on trade, on the issue of cross-border terrorism, on the issue of border and also on how both sides can essentially normalize the relationship. This was a process that started after the Kazan bilateral meeting, and since then it has been going forward with various visits, whether it is by the Indian Defence Minister, NSA, or the Indian External Affairs Minister to China, or by the visit of the Chinese Foreign Minister to India. And essentially during the bilateral meeting that happened earlier today, focus was to essentially focus on the momentum in the relationship. Both sides are now working towards reinstating the direct flight connectivity between the two sides, something that was suspended during the COVID crisis. And the next step is essentially to work on the convergences and build on them at a time of increased geopolitical changes. Sidhan Sibbal for WION in Tianjin, China.